Hi, this is Saturn, and today we're doing two things at once. We're going to draw the Gerudo and also talk about why the Gerudos are one of the coolest races in the entire Legend of Zelda series. This is a very much relaxed discussion. Think of art class. So if you're not aware or familiar with the Zelda lore, it's totally fine, but if you are, so while I'm sketching here, you'll notice that I start with the pose. The Gerudos are characters that like to stand tall and they never slouch, which is something that I should learn from them, honestly, because I've been sitting like a shrimp this entire time. They take up space, and even when they're standing still, there's a lot of confidence with the way that they're built. This is not accidental. Nintendo designed the Gerudo to feel powerful before they even speak. The broad shoulders, the long limbs, the strong silhouette, you can exaggerate that in art and it will feel natural. And yes, the jewelry and the makeup does a lot too. There's big, bold shapes and nothing really timid. So for anybody watching that's not familiar with the Gerudos, they are a desert people. They're known for being strong fighters, and their society is made up of almost all women. They also live in very harsh environments, but somehow manage to always create a cool oasis out of it. And when I usually play Legend of Zelda, I always loiter around their cool little oasis environment. But side note, I didn't find any Gerudos in Twilight Princess. Besides Telma, who's totally Gerudo coded. I don't care what anybody tells me. Okay, it's not confirmed, but I know she is. She has to be. She has to be. And I know in that game, in Twilight Princess, they did speculate that they might have moved further into the desert where Hylians cannot reach. So like Arbiter Grounds would be the maximum area where Hylians are allowed to step in, and then further than that, they probably hid there, especially like after what Ganondorf did in Ocarina of Time. That's my theory and speculation. But then again, why would they hide from Hylians if their entirety of their race kind of depends on Hylians for survival, because they can't really reproduce with each other. So they have to leave in order to do that, and then come back and then just birth more women until that one dreadful king is born. So there's just a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to Gerudos in Twilight Princess, but nevertheless, it is still one of my most favorite games in the entire Legend of Zelda series. Actually, it's the third one. I would say Ocarina of Time's like top, like it's the best. Obviously biased because it's the first game I ever played, but also the story, and then Majora's Mask, and then, you know, Twilight Princess. I think most of us felt that. Minish Cap could fit in there too. Minish Cap was a really good game. Anyways, even in the marketplace, like it would make a lot of sense if there's like one or two Gerudos just like hanging around, you know, selling things, trading things. But even like, because the desert, there's no sources of food there, so they have to go trade with the Hylians and get back, and even that was not a thing in Twilight Princess. There's so many questions. If you guys know the answer, please, thank you, please send me a comment and let me know. Thanks. One thing that I find very interesting in the Gerudo lore as well is the fact that no matter how much they intermingle with Hylians, and we've seen like how the Hylians are, they kind of have like a typical look to them. The Gerudo never retains the physical traits of Hylians. They only keep up with the Gerudo's traits, so they still remain the strong, poised characters with the red hair, except for Ganondorf, who's green, but he also has the red hair though. Isn't it weird that one Hylian every 100 years contributes to the birth of Ganondorf. There's a lot of things to think about. And yeah, for those who didn't know, that every 100 years there's one male Gerudo that is born, and that is always Ganondorf. He's always mean, he's not nice. The Gerudos don't claim him, and I think the only one that ever really claimed him was Kome and Kotake, and even they are the questionable witches, Twin Rova. They do make a really cool boss though, I'm not gonna lie. And they're also green like him, so maybe green just means mean. If you're born mean, you're born green. Oh, that rhymes. So why do I love drawing the Gerudos? Let me tell y'all, I've been drawing them since I was a child. I have a very vivid image in my head, and I'm pretty sure if I really dig deep in like my mom's garage, I'll find it. I drew my first like Gerudo drawing was how like when I was a kid I was so obsessed with the Pirates Bay. I was like, oh my god, the rusted metal, the just like the cool environment. I love that area, okay, so much so that I like redrew the map to the best of my 10-year-old abilities, and then I added a Gerudo. I'm pretty sure, like I don't remember like how the details of the face is. I knew I didn't draw hands back then and feet, so the feet were always like on one side and the hands were always, you know, behind the characters, you know, and the big anime eyes. Yeah, missing those days. Actually, that was very simple. I used to think I was like a rock star with my drawings. Anyways, guys, I will say that drawing, I still think about it a lot. Maybe I should just like redraw it based on memories. That'd be pretty cool, because it was like the way I composed it looked, I'm just saying, I think it looked pretty cool for a 10-year-old. And I've been drawing Gerudos ever since, because I had sketchbooks where I'm just like, oh, here's a Gerudo, oh, there's a Gerudo. It's just something about them that speaks to me. And then even when I turned, I think 18, I dyed my hair red to look like them, and then I would wear yellow eyeshadow to look like them, and that was like my whole phase. And I wish I had pictures. Maybe I do. I'll have to go through pictures, but I wish I had pictures that I can remember taking of that era, because that was like my, I can do whatever I want, I'm 18, let me go dye my hair red and wear yellow eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with them. They're my favorite people. I can relate to them. I can relate to them because I like the makeup. I like how strong they are. Maybe I'm not like a strong person physically, but I will say that they're so cool, and I wish I was like them when I grow up. Okay, I'm still not grown. I'm still growing. It's fine. And another thing that I find interesting with the Gerudos is their makeup skills. So to stay on topic, I believe that Gerudos are just like the perfect characters to draw, because I feel like in the entire Legend of Zelda series and all these cool races and how they make amazing warriors, there's just none that looks as intimidating as a Gerudo, and I love that intimidating pose. I mean, they can be the nicest person, but just the fact that they're so strong, man, I just love that character so much. I'm sorry. And y'all know that my thoughts are all over the place, but can we please talk about how Groose is, to me, I think he's like the father of the Gerudos. Like you cannot convince me that he's not a Gerudo. And why do I think that he's a Gerudo? Good question. Thank you for asking. It's because he has the red hair, the yellow eyes, the attitude. He's stoic. He has big, broad shoulders. He's so hot. I'm sorry. I love Groose. Groose is like one of my crushes. If Linebeck wasn't like my number one crush, Groose would have been my number one. But Groose has to be a solid 2 after Linebeck. I'm sorry, y'all. Girls, Linebeck is off limits. Back off. So for those who don't know, because again, a lot of you might be new to the Legend of Zelda lore, Groose is a character from Skyward Sword. He is basically, what's the best way to put it? Let's go back. Skyward Sword is the first game in the Legend of Zelda series in terms of timeline. So you have Skyward Sword before Hyrule was even formed, let's just say. And back then there was islands in the sky, and the Hylians, you know, they still worshipped the goddess Hylia, but they were just like up in the sky. And you know, especially like the main island that you play on is called Skyloft, so you have students there learning how to be sky warriors, and then they just travel around the sky, and in each little islands in the sky, Hylians have settlements. And eventually, when you beat the game and you progress in the story, that's when the Hylian starts to, it's not much of a spoiler, but that's when they start to inhabit the world beneath, right? So the world beneath already has races living there, and one of them that you may or may not know, but that's present in almost every Legend of Zelda game, is the Gorons. You'll find one there, which means there's probably more. It's not part of our timeline story to go explore where the Gorons are, you know, hidden. But I will say, now that, you know, we got tiny little background, going back to Groose. Groose is basically Link's frenemy. Starts as his little enemy, then they become little friends, and then they help each other throughout the story, and then Groose goes to the land below. I have a feeling that he is the first Gerudo to settle, and especially when the desert was like inhabited by robots, then those robots were gone, so no one was really inhabiting the desert. So it would make sense. I think that's my theory. I'm pretty sure a bunch of other people have the same theory, that Groose may actually be the first Gerudo. And now, Din. I know that there's the 3 goddesses. There's Farore. I always have a hard time pronouncing her name. Farore, or oh my god, I can't pronounce. Farore. Let's just say like that. Okay, so we have Farore, we have Din, and we have Nehru, and so each one of them are related to an element. So Nehru will be water, and Farore would be the element of earth, green, trees, foliage. And then you have Din, who's like the, you know, the hard, like, fire element, so like the power. That's what she would probably represent. I think she's from the Triforce of Power. So Din, when she gets introduced in Oracle of Seasons, Din is the character who's very much, I thought she was a Gerudo when I first saw her. Okay, let's just leave it at that. So she has the yellow eyes again, the brown skin, the red hair. She has the cool makeup. She has like cool bangle jewelry. She dances. She's a traveling, you know, artist, almost like a nomad. And to think about it, maybe the Gerudos are not much nomads, but they do travel, you know, out for resources, and then they go back to the desert. So I'm thinking, you know, if she's not a Gerudo, she's definitely symbolic to them. They're definitely, you know, when they say in certain religions that, you know, you're the image of God. What if the Gerudos are built to her image? That's just another theory. I'm just thinking, I don't know. It's just random thoughts, guys. This whole video is just me rambling. I'm just thinking maybe, you know, maybe they're created to her image because, like, it's uncanny. It's uncanny. Uncanny, just saying. Anyway, she's my favorite, one of my favorite characters in the entire Legend of Zelda series, once more. So I decided to draw her. And I also used a little inspiration from my trip to France a couple years ago. And the pose for her and furore, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to pronounce. The inspiration for the pose for her and furore, F, it's gonna be her new name. Okay, so the inspiration for Din and F is it's actually from a statue that I found, or sculpture that I found in Musée d'Orsay, which is one of the two main art museums in Paris. And the reason why I chose it is because the pose is like, it's the movement on the pose is very controlled. I find that the way that these characters were placed actually fits, or the characters on the statue actually fits the characters that I wanted to replace with, which is the Legend of Zelda characters. So the art piece is actually called La Torchère au Tambourin by Carrier-Belleuse. And basically you have one character who's holding a torch, and then the other one is holding a tambourine. And though I had to replace the tambourine with the book, and then I had to replace the torch with the flag, it still kind of works, I think. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite pieces that I've done for Legend of Zelda, and honestly I have so much more references that I could use and replace poses with Zelda characters, but you know, keep the pose obviously. I mean, replace the character with the pose. And now that we have a little piece of history for the Gerudo pose, or Din's pose, let's talk about the Gerudos in Breath of the Wild, because they are drastically different from how the Gerudo started. I would just like to start with the fact that Gerudo Town is probably one of the most striking places in the entire map of the game. I know the map of the game has like a lot of like really pretty areas, but that's probably my most favorite part of the entire map is the Gerudo Town. You can go inside the houses and they have little beds, and they have books, and then they have a bar with, like, you know, plants. And my favorite plants, I love the monstera. And then they also have like a cute little market stall area, and they have like a nice water system. Like, it's just so pretty. I love it. And the game kind of shows me that they're not just warriors. They're warriors, they're guards, they're scholars, they're leaders, they are, I don't know if I said merchant, they are travelers, and not just traveling to go trade. They travel for fun because they want to. And honestly, each Gerudo that you speak to in the game all have a different personality, and it's so lovely to see. I wish they were real. I would totally live there. I would give everything up to live there, okay? And you know that one Gerudo house actually it's a little bit of a different game, but in Echoes of Wisdom, where it's just like a house full of cats. That would be me. I'd be that Gerudo. You know, I'd have a cute little cat house. But yeah, they are cool characters. In fact, they actually created one of my most favorite characters recently. And she's probably my favorite Gerudo so far. And it's Ronza from Hyrule Warriors. I know she's from like a different timeline, but still part of the same timeline. She's from the past. Anyways, Ronza. Can we talk about Ronza? She's such a badass. Oh my god, I love Ronza. I would make her my main if I could. Okay, she's probably higher level than all my other characters. Like, I'm obsessed with her. So yeah, if you're still watching this while I finish up these drawings, this is basically my excuse to talk about or rant about Gerudos while I keep myself productive and actually finish an art piece, which is legendary for me. Okay, I never do. I finish like half a sketch and I'm gone to something else. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. If you're an artist, a lot of times even sketchbooks, I don't finish them, but you know what, we're changing, because I want to talk about Legend of Zelda. We're changing. I'm going to be finishing every piece that I work on. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with me and talking about Gerudos, and it was very fun. And if you have anything that you would like to bring up into discussion, please let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to discuss those in the next video as well. Oh, and can we say that the Gerudos have the coolest character design? I'm sorry, I just have to say it. They do. They're my favorite design in the whole game, and I love all of the characters in Legend of Zelda. I really do. But I love the Gerudo design so much. And if you guys want to talk about Gerudos again, I have so much more to say, and feel free to let me know, and I will do that. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video quite soon. Bye. Oh, and before I go, actually completely forgot, I did do a Gerudo cosplay like a couple months ago, so it's gonna be at the end of the video now.